For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, we are live and amplified. So let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. It's starting to get back into the flow of things this morning. So
Nice.
yeah. But yeah, it's been a morning already. So it's all right though.
How long have you all been going this morning?
You're actually my second podcast, so it's not that
very
long,
cool.
but it's just trying to get myself back into it. And because I went for like 14 hours yesterday. So it was like I went and took a nap and I woke up and I'm like, man, everything hurts. I need to get myself moving again. So
Yeah.
but so I'm glad to have you here. Glad to chat a little bit. For the people that are just getting to know you or seeing you for the first time, can you kind of tell them who you are, what introduced you to music, and like kind of your origin story?
Sure. So my name is Christen Ball. I've been calling myself a pop rock artist, but really it's kind of like trippy rock. I'm out in Nashville, Tennessee, and I moved here 14 years ago and have just been doing the music thing. And let's see, my origin story was that I wanted to be a cartoonist when I was little. I actually wanted to draw for the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. Like that was like my dream.
Mm-hmm.
But then I discovered the guitar, and the guitar just kind of took over. And my grandpa actually taught me my first few chords. And then the rest is history. Like I started writing songs in high school and just really found solace in that and just writing and also performing. And then moved to Nashville in my 20s, and here I am.
How are you like in Nashville?
I love it. You know, it's changed a lot since I've moved here, but it's just a really amazing place. Like I tell a lot of people, you know, that are visiting from out of town, I'm like, this is my favorite city in the world. And I feel like I can say that because I've lived here for 14 years now. But yeah, I just really, really love it. And I feel like it's a great place to be for music. And I'm glad I moved here for sure.
Awesome. And where did you move from again?
So I moved from, at the time I was living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where I went to college, but I grew up in Virginia.
Okay.
Yorktown.
So you kind of made a giant change. I guess Virginia to Nashville isn't that big of a change, is it?
It was for me because I came from kind of a smaller town. I mean, it felt like a smaller town than here. And so it felt like a big leap for me, even though it wasn't like, you know, some people move from like, you know, the East Coast to California, and that's a whole different thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So where are you kind of at creatively right now? I know you just released a new single not too long ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second. What's the story behind the new single?
So Invisible. So I actually wrote the music for it. I was on vacation with my mom, and it was years ago, and I had just gotten into the Beatles, and I was just like really inspired by just their eclecticness. And I really was just like camping out on that song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Like I loved like the imagery from it. And so I was just messing around on my guitar, and I had just started also to get into Led Zeppelin, and like I'm a big fan of Led Zeppelin 3, and like the more acoustic based stuff where Jimmy Page does all those alternate tunings. And so I was like just messing around with like, you know, tuning my guitar to different places, and I got to open C. And I just started messing around. That's really where a lot of my songs come from, honestly. It's just me messing around on the guitar. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like all that, the music, like the chord structure came, and that chorus and the bridge kind of came all at one time. And yeah, and then my friend Lee Holland, like who produced the song, like he helped me originally. The lyrics were just kind of odd at that point. Like I had a really weird lyric in there at one point. I was like a sunset flavored symphony, and which is just just super trippy. And so he helped me rewrite quite a bit of the lyrics, and then we recorded the song. He played most of the instruments on it. Like I played acoustic guitar and of course sang, but he did the drums, and he did the synth bass and the percussion. And I was super honored to have Ethan Ballinger play electric. And then anyway, like just a slew of other people did play on it as well, of course, but the producer played most of the instruments and was really like the brainchild behind the sound of the song. And I'm just so happy with it. And I love getting to do that song with a band live, but I also love to do it in I've been doing a lot of writers rounds in Nashville, and it just like really always throws people for a loop, because the song is just super trippy. It's in an alternate tuning, and it's just like, I mean, it's rock and roll. Yeah. And it's cool to like see people's reactions, like, oh, I wasn't expecting this from this girl. But yeah, I love the song so much. It was my first song to ever get on an editorial playlist. It got on an Amazon editorial playlist, and I'm so very thankful for that. That was my first time ever to do that, and that's kind of like a rite of passage for a music artist. And it's like that's something that looking into next year, I hope. I have a lot of music actually that I've recorded that's ready to go for next year, and so I'm hoping that the editorial playlist folks will shine favor on me once more. But yeah, I was super happy to get that out this year, and I'm looking forward to next year getting to release the rest of this stuff I've got up my sleeve.
And is the thought to put it as an album, or just continually doing singles for right now?
So I'm doing everything as singles. And then what I'll do is at the very end, I think there's like 7 songs, like I'll have them in an album or like an EP. And I'm not sure like whether I want to print CDs or not. Like I love the old school like printing CDs, but I'm like, do people buy those anymore? I don't know. But I mean, yeah, but I might, I will at least like have it as an EP on Spotify and all that.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those things as far as printing CDs and stuff where people I feel like people would buy the CDs, but there's really not like places that they listen to don't have CD players anymore.
Exactly.
So it's like most places is the car. Most cars don't have CD players anymore. And yeah. So, it's one of those things where people would love to, I'm sure people would love to buy it, but where are they going to be able to listen to it?
Right. So, right. So true.
It's one of those things where you just kind of got to pick your battles, I guess.
So true.
So, as far as the single goes, though, what was it about this specific song that you chose for it to be a for it to release now? That's the better way I want to.
So that song is just really, man, it's kind of like a defining piece for me, to be honest. Like just the sound of it and the message of it is, it's like if I could pick any song actually out of anything I've ever recorded to be like, what's me, like as an artist, like it would be that song. And I've made the leap recently to like, it's like, I'm also a worship leader. Like, it's like I play in churches and stuff. And I have had this like artist thing that I've, always done since high school, but I've kind of hid it for a while. And so it's like I've been kind of slowly releasing music that's under like the artist umbrella, and like jumping back into that. And Invisible was just a song that I'm like, I really believe in the message of it, but I also really love the sound of it. And it's a defining piece for me. I've been working with like an artist services person. His name's Dave Taylor, and like he actually has been very encouraging with I call it like my trippy rock music. And like he heard that song and he's like, oh my goodness. He agreed with me, and he was just another voice that wanted me to release that as soon as possible, so that because honestly, a lot of the stuff I've had on Spotify up to this point has been very singer-songwriter, like very ballad-esque, which is also like a huge part of who I am. But when you see me live, I mean, it's just more intense, and it's more of like a rock show. And so I needed something that would kind of define me in that way and be true to myself. And so we definitely wanted to release that sooner than later. And so I'm so happy it got out this year.
Yeah, for sure. So as obviously we're here for a reason to raise awareness and funding for pancreatic cancer research. Have you had any personal experiences with family, friends, or lost any loved ones to cancer or pancreatic cancer specifically?
Yeah, actually, when I posted about this on Instagram yesterday, I almost said something, but so my mother-in-law and my father actually passed away from cancer. It wasn't pancreatic cancer, but it was cancer. And so I've actually been wanting to, for years to figure out ways to give back, so that we can find a cure for this disease. And I know both of them, like, it's so sad. My mother-in-law, I mean, she was such a crazy story. I mean, she got diagnosed with cancer, but was just such a trooper, and stage 4 cancer, and lived for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Past. And really just like right until those last few months, I mean, you wouldn't even know that she was so sick. And I was just so inspired by her, to just be strong. And she stayed so positive throughout the whole thing, and just so very inspiring. And I mean, like right up until the end, like I said, like, it's like you wouldn't even know. I remember my husband and I would go and visit her, and my father-in-law, we'd go visit them. And a lot of times Cindy would be, so busy, like cooking like all these meals for us, and, cleaning the whole house. And I mean, she loved just working and being a hard worker. My husband gets that from her, and so I'm really blessed by that. But she was just so inspiring. It's funny, like I have coffee every morning, and she always, like at night, she would always talk about how she would like be looking forward to her coffee in the morning. And so many times, like when I have my coffee in the morning, I think of her, because she's like, oh, like I can't wait to have my coffee in the morning. And it just taught me to look forward to my coffee in the morning. And then my father also, he also passed away from cancer. And that was I think about 5 years ago. And both of them, sadly, like it's like the cancer was manifested in several different ways. Like, I mean, it was just everywhere, sadly. And I remember being in the hospital with my dad, like there at the end, and the doctors talking about how the cancer was just so aggressive. It's like, that's a sad thing to hear, but I'm thankful that got to spend time with both of them just before they passed.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm so happy to be here today to be able to be a small part of just giving back to raise funds for this horrible disease. I'd love for like to see in our lifetime, you know, for us to find a cure. Like I believe that cure's out there. So
Yeah, I believe so too. It's you know, just to kind of rehash my story, similar. My mom got sick in March. She was diagnosed in March, and then she had a really quick downturn. She was diagnosed at the end of the March and passed away at the beginning of July. So they found it really late in the game.
Yeah.
And we thought originally that we had 8 months. We thought we could make it to, like, she was really trying to make it to Christmas, but something like right around the end of May, beginning of June, she just took like a really bad turn, and you can kind of tell she had just like, all right, I can't do this anymore type deal, because she was doing the chemo treatments and all that stuff. And she was just like, I can't do this anymore. And then from there, it didn't take that long. So,
Wow. That's I'm so sorry, Tom. That's so sad.
you know, it was one of those things where she was in a lot of pain for a long time. So it was like, you know, you're not in pain anymore. So
Yeah.
that's the way I have to look at it now.
Totally.
So, but yeah, so that's kind of why we're here, is to just share stories and remind people as you're getting or doing your daily things, don't forget to ignore the minor signs, because I don't know about a lot of the other cancers, but I know for like pancreatic cancer specifically, there's not a lot of warning signs out there as far as, oh, hey, this might be pancreatic cancer. You know, there's just not a lot of that out there.
Yeah.
So just kind of be aware. And if you're not feeling right, the old adage, see something, say something, you know,
Yeah.
go get yourself checked out. So that's kind of the message that I want to continually drive home today.
That's
and if you're
awesome.
interested in supporting or donating to the Pancreatic Cancer Research Fund for PanCan, the links are in the description and pinned in the comment section. So if you are interested in donating, please do so. If you can donate, please do so, or just feel free to share the video. We'd really appreciate that as well. So, all right. Well, so let's kind of transition back into your music and what you got going on. What's the outlook look like for the rest of the year for you? Like, obviously you're always kind of working on music, but what's the outlook for the rest of the year like?
Let's see. So I'm preparing to release. So my next single comes out January 14th. It's called How to Run. And I'm not actually saying anything about it online until after the holidays, just because like everybody is in Thanksgiving mode and then Christmas mode. And since the song's not a Christmas song, obviously, and so I'm waiting until like, you know, literally a week before to say something about it, like to announce it and do the pre-order and all that. But in the meantime, like I've been working on, I actually did the album art myself this time. And that was kind of a, since I'm not a graphic designer, it just takes me a long time. Yeah. And so it's like, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to be a cartoonist when I, at one point. So like I have the eye for it, but like to figure out how to put what's in my head, like on the, paper or like digital means is just a time-consuming process. And so I finally have the cover image, like the credentials, and I also like did the Canvas video for like Spotify. If y'all don't, like, if listeners don't know what a Canvas video is, it's just like on Spotify there's a little 3-second video that just replays over and over. And so the rest of this year, honestly, like it's like I'm just focused on, you know, playing live as much as I can. I've got a few things coming up through the end of the year, and then just also like it's like I've been trying to really work on my voice. This year. I actually started taking voice lessons again. And my friend Ivory is she's the best voice coach I've ever had. I mean, I took voice in college and took from a teacher, just at different times, but it's like she's just been really amazing. And I've been just really trying to be proactive about taking my voice to the next level and actually being able to sing the things that I want to sing. Like I've been through, I guess, the past few years, I had kind of settled into this, like, my voice isn't a rock voice. I need to just, do ballads. But honestly, the kind of music I write is rock. And so I used that for an excuse for a while that I need to do this softer music. But the truth was I just needed to work on my voice to be able to do the things I want to do. And Tom York, from Radiohead, has always been a really big influence for me, in that area, because he always said, or he has a quote somewhere that he says he was frustrated that his voice was so pretty, like he wished that his voice was grittier. But it's that's given me hope as someone who has kind of a pure quality to their voice that it's okay, if Tom York, who is my favorite musician in the world, can have a pretty voice and still sing rock music, then I can too. But yeah, I'm just planning for my next single coming out January 14th, and then just playing live, and then working on getting my voice to the next level. I think that every musician can benefit from trying to go to the next level. It's all these people who are who do sports for a living, for example. They all have coaches. And as vocalists, I think sometimes many of us, myself included, up until recently, we kind of quit having the coach too early, and we can always benefit from it.
Absolutely. So as we kind of start wrapping up this this segment of the interview, everybody that comes on the fundraiser this weekend, gets one spin of the random question generator.
Nice.
So I'm going to spin the random question generator, and if you're ready, I have your question right here.
I'm ready.
All right. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I think I would have super speed, like Sonic the Hedgehog, because it's my favorite.
Nice. Awesome. That makes perfect sense as well.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you so much for jumping on. For anybody that wants to check out your new music, anything else you got going on, where's the best place for them to do that?
So you can find me everywhere. It's at Christen Ball Music. And it's just Christen Ball, and all my Instagram and TikTok and all that is just at Christen Ball Music everywhere.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. We will be back in a little bit here with another interview.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right. We will be back here in a little bit.